Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me, with each other. This is a collective reading for whoever, whenever, wherever. Some of the sign readings are out. You guys, immediately, I'm already seeing an anteater. I was turning into like a bird, definitely. I always get a lot of birds in here. But this one in particular has a very, very, very long beak. It's like, you could have to go into some far reaches to get some communication, right? To get some sustenance. You could be very specialized in your field, or having to talk to someone who specializes in some realm of communication in order for you to, and there's a very small creature thing or something. Maybe it's eating it. I don't know there, but it's like something that's bigger, more knowledgeable. It can go after it and get it. If this bird is you, you need to tap into your specialized skills to make your goal accessible in ways that others might not be able to access the same thing, right? It's like you have something special about you just in the way that you're built, made, the way that your mind works, specialized for something exactly, and you're going to be able to get into the spaces or achieve the thing, get the reward that maybe others cannot. And be careful of those who might, I'm like seeing like something like trying to grab hold of his foot here, almost like coattails, or trying to hold you back. And I'm also seeing like a farmer, like planting seeds. It's interesting. Like the things that you leave behind, the trail that you leave. It's just like the influence that you have on others as you go about your day and your life, and the things that they make of it, the things that they make of those things. I am seeing the letter V or an upside down A. The letter I is going into, wow. Ball is getting stuck there. And it's interesting too, because I was like seeing like maybe a parachute guy, taking that leap of faith and then maybe getting stalled out a little bit, but it does you do wind up, landing safely. But having that direction, knowing which direction you're attempting to go, and also like having, because you've planned it out and you've taken the practice. So you're sitting in like learning, and then maybe, okay, so it's like two women. There's one of them is sitting in a high up chair with her feet over the balcony, and then another woman is next to her and she is like leaning on it and they're watching. I'm seeing the woman who's sitting has long, light colored hair, and she's wearing a hoodie, and the woman behind her is wearing like a short green dress and has brown hair, like darker hair. What are they watching? Or maybe you're attending a concert with this person. Yeah, because that could be, a musician on a stage. It could be a DJ. It could mean that you're going out with some people in your community. You're going out with a friend, enjoying some live music. You could be going in, it's also got this like seminar effect to it, where somebody is putting on, it's kind of like a show, but at the same time, it's like a demonstration of something. And there's a lot of people in the background who are unseen, you know, who are observing this whole thing. So it's like you learning something, right? You could be this feminine here. You could be the person teaching. Take it how it resonates. You could be any of these people. You could be one of these people in the background. But it's like these people, these feminines are watching and observing this show, or this, like I said, a demonstration. And then there's several other people watching that happen. Watch, what is the Modest Mouse? Me watching you watch me watch you right now. Everyone's a voyeur. It does have that kind of effect. And then here's like a camera. Yeah, like bird watching. Be careful of that. Be mindful, you know, protect your devices, protect yourself and your stuff. And if you are putting on a show, be mindful of, you know, what it is that you say, and that it's being observed by more than just the immediate audience. Is definitely coming through here. Is there anything else that you'd like for them to know before we switch to cards? Is there anything else? Seeing dragon wings. Could be the year of the dragon. Could be something about a dragon tattoo, but there's this. Heard fire breathing. This could be somebody who has bad breath. You know, it's not their fault. No judge. We don't judge. Definitely like a flying dragon, which makes me think about, you know, like some people believe that the dragons are actually electricity, you know, ball lightning, maybe aurora. There's no like, you know, electrifying in the air. Something that you're doing, and then there's like a guy like shaking hands with someone else. It could be like you meeting someone, and then my dog's growling. Yeah. Again, be mindful of who you're meeting, who you're coming across right now. You know, they might have ulterior motives. You could be feeling very magnetically attracted to them. Yeah, but then like they're not showing up on this side. It's like you are showing up, and then they just kind of disappear in the background, and my dog is growling at something. So that's a indicator there. All right. Buzz. All right. Ancestors, spirits, guys. What messages do you have for the collective? Isa, stand still. Stand still. And taking that moment, right? The ice, like the icebreakers. But we don't really, you know, we're not trying to break the ice. I think that it's a moment of freezing for a second, a moment of you might think that things aren't growing, but there's a reason for it, right? The winter of the spiritual life is upon you. You may find yourself entangled in a situation to whose implications you are in effect blind. You may be powerless to do anything except submit, surrender, even sacrifice some long cherished desire. Be patient, for this is the period of gestation that precedes a rebirth. Positive accomplishment is unlikely now. There is a freeze on useful activity. Buzz. Milo, enough. There's a dog that walks every day. Milo, enough. When? right, sorry about that. I had to take a second because there was a dog and my dog was barking out. Our ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the collective? Wow. Gibo, that's the partnership rune. And look, it opened right to Gibo. Drawing this rune is an indication that union or uniting or partnership in some form is at hand. But you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into that union. For true partnership can only be achieved by separate and whole beings who retain their separateness, even in unity and uniting. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. This counsel applies at all levels, in love relationships, in business affairs, in partnering of every kind. It is particularly appropriate when entering into a partnership with what some call your higher self, while others speak of the interplay between the consciousness and the unconscious in each of us, but most of all, it is the case when seeking union with the divine. God always enters into equal partnerships. Gibo, the rune of partnership, has no reverse, for it signifies the gift of freedom from which all other gifts flow. And was talking about that, seeing another, right? That other person, other being, other thing in the partnerships of all kinds, our partnerships with ourselves, with our relationships, with the projects that we do, with our intention at hand, what is it that we're seeking out? Who is it that we're seeking out? And again, there's this feeling of like attraction, right? Attraction and interaction, spirit, ancestors, and guides. What would you like us to know? There it is. Pisces, the spirituality to ultimately experience, right? So it's not just the physical experience of being there and being present, and the mental experience of seeing it, perceiving it, thinking about it, and then feeling, having an emotional reaction to it, emotional response to it, right? The ability to take all of those things combined and have that spiritual experience of it, right? Mind, body, spirit, and emotion. All of those parts to fully experience it and fully grow, right? Integrated into that soul lesson. Oof. Trusting your psychic knowledge of the pretense of knowing too. Oftentimes when we enter into partnerships that are long lasting or significant, even if they're short term, these gifts that we interchange with ourselves, those soul bits that we exchange, those partnerships of, again, any kind. When we do a craft, we're pouring our heart and soul into it, right? When food is cooked with love, when we create something with someone else, when we save up money to build a home, to purchase something, the things that we are contributing to those things. Trust your psychic knowledge. You've brought yourself this far. You've interconnected with all of those things on this level. When we meet someone, or we partner with those things, we develop that psychic intuition, that psychic entanglement, right? Resulting from the indecision of or about some point of indecision, freely flowing gifts. Maybe it was things that we had to learn and experience and trust our knowledge about. Indecision. We'll get some tarot on these. What else, Spirit? Your ideas. Wow. Short-term thinking and trips. Who or what is around you? Exactly. As we experience things on a different level, our ideas about those things change, including our partnerships, including our relationships, including what the give and take looks like, what we expect those things to be, right? Or lack of expectations when we get to that point, right? The short-term thinking and trips. Maybe you're going somewhere. Maybe you need to. Maybe you're meeting someone on this journey, or maybe you and someone else are going on a journey together, right? I'm only thinking about the now. And then, like, you think about that person that you met, you know, that BFF, that best friend that you made at summer camp, but then you were only together for that short period of time, and then, you know, you never didn't live anywhere near each other, couldn't hang out again, right? Those people that we meet in those short blurbs, whether the vacation be far away, whether the time be far away, whatever it might have been, it really can change your ideas about the things you've long standing known, right? And then who or what is around you exactly, who you're partnering with. Look, cherish, enjoy, charm, art, and beauty are the way to. Look at, they love that. Cherish your ideas and the experience, the ultimate spiritual experience of cherishing those around you, right? And them, and being cherished by you. Enjoy it, because there's a beauty to it, right? There's a beauty to it, and something that might have had to teach you a lesson, because I keep coming back to that, resulting from the indecision about, right? Let's get some tarot. Look on the bottom. We've got Uranus. It says, stir up the situation by using, be open to new ideas about, and invent a way. Invent a way. All right, Spirit. Can you tell us about this, Pisces? Can you tell us about the spiritual experience? That one flipped over. Oh, see? Can you tell us about this partnership, this spiritual experience? Nope, though. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, again, we're talking about like the monetary value, or the physical value of the thing, is, it's not less than, but I would say it is of less consequences, of less this. I'm going to say less of a matter, which is funny because the physical is matter, right? But there's not going to be a physical offer. There's not going to be a physical sustenance of it from this point of view. The gain is in the spiritual, right? King of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm telling you, this is a mixed deck here. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Your ideas, who or what is around you. Okay, if somebody is around you, and what you've learned is like the experience of spiritual poverty, the humbleness of spiritual poverty, because somebody is draining you of your financial resources, or refusing to make offers to you because they're gluttonous, or they are greedy, or they don't like the ideas, or are short term, short sighted about things. I think it is really going to change your idea and your values, your idea of what your ideas can do, right? Look at this, King of Wands, the next card, cherish and joy, brings you back to life. Look at this, shining bright here, shining bright here. Temperance, again, this fire and earth here. Sagittarius energy, finding the balance, being able to mix two things, the things that maybe you didn't think were going to work and the things that are going to be able to work maybe now, rather than being in partnership with this slow stick in the mud kind of energy here. You are balancing yourself by being in partnership with a positive, I'm hearing vivacious, nice, very exciting, very confident, forward thinking, forward moving energy. Not being held back by it anymore. What is this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? Look, cosmic child. Look, wanting to reach out from that space and grab hold of what was happening in the subconscious. And this is the lack mindset. This is the thinking that you don't deserve money. You don't deserve money flow. And again, we'll go back to the crystal ball about who it is that you're partnering with. And if you're giving things to someone who is absent or who drains, right, then there's going to be a very, it's going to change your ideas about what's possible. Yeah, look at that. Gentleness. Again, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And this person might not be aggressive or assertive in that sense either. They might just, again, be stagnant. This energy is stagnant. Oof. Look at this one. slumber. Wow. Enjoy the charm, the art, and the beauty of, and it says slumber, and it's a fox sleeping under, you know, not taking a rest from this, right? Taking a rest from this and enjoying, and maybe taking a rest. See, there's a person in there, like snuggled up to this red fox energy. I feel like you might have to have some, be in some way strategic on how these things balance out, but they will balance out. Look at that, adore. Guys, yes, partnership, in a loving partnership, in a loving embrace, safely feeling safe, definitely. And again, feeling well rested, because that with that rest, it's not, you're not being again drained. Wow, there's a lot of healing here, and there's a lot of patience here, and there's a lot of love and a good time. So I'm wishing you all the best. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe. And thanks for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.